Pastor Jeffress went on Fox News to discuss what's happening at the border. This guy is a deeply conservative guy. He's also, I don't know, he just makes me laugh. The way he talks, the way he acts. He seems like a kid who was like picked on when he was younger, so he became uber religious, and now he just, is a massive blowhard in his old age. So here we have a self-described Christian who's going to argue that Jesus would want a border fence.
Well, I think the most compassionate thing we can do for these children is to secure the border. Here in Texas, we have what we call the attractive nuisance laws. And it basically says if you're a homeowner with a swimming pool that doesn't have a fence around it and a neighborhood child wanders in and drowns, you're liable because you have enticed that child into a dangerous situation. The remedy is to build a fence, not only to protect yourself from a lawsuit, but to protect the child from danger. And if I could say this, because there are many Christians who watch Fox and Friends, and they're wondering what the right thing to do is. Yes, Jesus loved children, but he also respected law. He said, render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar. So we need to do both. Show compassion, but secure the borders.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
Brian Fisher also said, quote, our southern border is there by God's design. Right. So when we did westward expansion and the Trail of Tears and the Indian Removal Act and the Native American genocide, and then we did a war with Mexico where we took half their land, the entire time Jesus of Nazareth was looking on going, are they doing war? Yes, I'm so pro-war. I love it. Steal their land. Go for it. To say that these guys do not believe in the message of Jesus is the understatement of the millennium, okay? And did you hear when he said, Jesus said, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's? How exactly does that apply to the conversation about a border? You're bringing up the wrong quote. And then when progressives argue, well, of course, Jesus would be in favor of a social safety net and taking care of the poor and the sick, and would be in favor of the rich paying their taxes. Why? Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. That means give to the government what is the government. So if the government wants to tax rich people at a higher rate than poor people, of course, yes, do that. But when it comes to using the render unto Caesar's argument in the right place, Pastor Jeffress is nowhere to be found. He doesn't want higher taxes on the rich. But then he brings up that argument all of a sudden when it comes to, well, we need a border fence. But that doesn't fit in the conversation. What are you talking about? It's like he's grasping at something to rationalize his bigotry and his hatred of immigrants. So he's like, I don't know, I'll just use this random Bible verse right here. And it's always hilarious when somebody says, I jotted it down as he said it, quote, Jesus loves children, but, come on, I'm pretty sure there's no but when it comes to Jesus. No, he loves children across the board. Just to prove to you, Jesus is the biggest hippie on the planet, man. By far and away. He's way more liberal than me, okay? He's the guy who believed in turning the other cheek. But do you know what that means? Because people always bring it up nonchalantly, like, oh yeah, turn the other cheek. It doesn't just mean, hey, let's get out of here. Let's go away if we get attacked or something. Or, if somebody's arguing with us, be the bigger man and walk away. No. You know what that means? If somebody hits you on one cheek, you turn the other cheek and present the other cheek and say, hit that one too. So that's even more liberal. That's pacifist. That's, go ahead, break my arm if you want. Twist harder, big guy. It's fine. Do all the damage you want to me. But these guys are claiming that, Jesus, he would want a border fence. He wants to deport people. He wants to, to give a kid who's struggling and walking through the desert and on the verge of death, give him a glass of water and a place to sleep. Oh, come on. Jesus wouldn't want that. Obviously, he wants a fence. Well, look, here's the thing. We don't even really need to speculate about this because we have the answer. Now, we've brought up these quotes on the last, 4 shows, and I apologize to everybody who listens daily, and they've heard this already, but it needs to be repeated, okay? The Bible is clear on the issue of immigration. How about Leviticus 19, lines 33 to 34? Quote, when a stranger sojourns with you in your land, you shall not do him wrong. You shall treat the stranger who sojourns with you as the native among you, and you shall love him as yourself. For you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. In other words, Don't be an asshole. Treat immigrants right. Matthew 25:35, quote, "For I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me." That's Jesus praising the idea of treating strangers and treating immigrants, treating people who aren't native to your land that are in your land, treating them well. That's what you're supposed to do according to the Bible. Exodus 22:21, quote, "You shall not wrong a sojourner or oppress him." Leviticus 25:35, quote, "If your brother becomes poor and cannot maintain himself with you, you shall support him as though he were a stranger and a sojourner, and he shall live with you." Don't just let the immigrants in. Give them a room in your house. Is that what you want to do, Pastor Jeffress? I didn't think so. Look, the bottom line is, put aside your personal beliefs on immigration because you're entitled to whatever beliefs you want, right? All I'm saying is, he's a pastor. He's supposed to represent the Bible and Jesus. Well, I just gave you the biblical perspective and the perspective of Jesus, and he is wrong. He doesn't get it. He didn't read the Bible. He doesn't understand it. He disagrees with his Lord, with his God.